The first episode of Hard Knocks revealed new Giants defensive coordinator Shane Bowen's plan for number 19 Isaiah Simmons in this new defense. He's going to essentially be moving back to a defensive back role for the team.
In our minds, it would be a first, second down nickel and then playing money on third down.
The advantage of playing Simmons at defensive back is clear. What he will provide is the opportunity to keep more linebackers on the field at one time as they move from a defense predicated on getting second and third level pressures to a defense that's going to rely solely on the front four to provide pressure. Let's take a look at how Simmons will be aligned as he transitions into his nickelback role and into what they're calling their money position, which is essentially a dime. Against this 3-by-1 closed formation, that's a tight end to the single side, Simmons will be lined up over number 2 as the nickel. He'll be able to play man-to-man or play a zone where he either works into the flat or the hook to curl area. You can also see that if he goes to the money position, he will replace that linebacker inside, which essentially gives them 2 linebackers in a dime package. Here, in a 2-by-2, Simmons would be lined up at the top over number 2. This provides him the opportunity to blitz off edge. Now, if he plays that money position, he comes inside, which now, because they have a tight end or an H-back so close, still gives them a legitimate 6-man box to be able to combat the run. In this 2-by-2 set with the tight end to the top of the screen, Simmons would align at the bottom over number 2. This again gives him the ability to blitz off edge, also play man and or zone coverage. If he moves inside to the money position, now if they decide to motion this guy across the field, you don't necessarily have to have the defensive back carry him. Simmons could pick him up. And over here, in this more heavy run formation with the 2 tight ends, Simmons goes over the slot, but in the money position, he now plays this linebacker where he could guard number 3 as a tight end, giving the Giants better matchups against pass receiving tight ends, but also still providing them run support. This being more of a bunched formation, you would see Simmons lined up over number 2 to the bunch side. If they line up and he goes to that money position inside, now if they decide to run, you keep continuity with 2 linebackers in the box, but also have more of a coverage guy to be able to combat any pass situations. Here, against 21 personnel, it brings your nickel into the box over the tight end. But what it also does is, because Simmons is a linebacker type, it gives you a heavier run defense to be able to combat that 2-back personnel, but also provides you the extra coverage guy you need when they start leaking the tight end and the running backs into the flat. A double wing set brings your nickel into the box. It allows Simmons to play over one of those 2 wings, and like we discussed, gives the Giants 3 linebackers in this box. But also, if they decided to go if they decided to go dime and play Simmons at the money position, now you still have 2 linebackers against what looks like a run-heavy formation. Against empty is really where you get a chance to use the versatility of Simmons. In this formation, he would be over number 2 to the 3 receiver side as your nickel. But if he goes to dime and he becomes the money position, he would go over number 2 to the 2 receiver side. If they shift or they motion and put more people in the backfield, now he's the extra linebacker that you need. It will be interesting to watch Simmons' maturation in this role. Make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel and continue to follow us on New York Giants on SI. And also, make sure you join me starting July 15th for a Giant issue. My daily look at the biggest issues surrounding Big Blue Nation.